What is up and hello, Miami? Welcome to another episode of Florida Cats and Dirty Rats brought to you by 305 Sports Now and the Fins Talk Sports Network. Ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome you, my co-host, Mr. Adrian Rainey of the Rainy Day Pod. Man, how you doing, my friend? How's everything going?
Doing great, man. Pretty much fully recovered from all the partying and celebrating from this week. But good and ready to go, brother. How
Yeah,
about you?
definitely. Oh, really awesome, man. And just before the show started, we were going over our war stories of going to the parade as well. We had a blast, though. I will say that, both my
Oh yeah,
family and I. And I had to stop for my wife and kid. They were literally exhausted. I had to take a 15-minute breather. So,
it was
yeah.
brutal. It was
Yeah,
brutal.
yeah, so towards the end, when we talk about the parade, I'll go over if you're gonna have alternate plans for next year because we already decided that we're gonna have alternate plans than what we did this year for the parade. So we'll break that down as well. But hey, Agent Benny, 8 years,
Man.
64, got it
Yes,
done, man.
sir.
Not
Let's
going
go.
anywhere. You're not going anywhere.
Oh,
He's
you
not
gotta
going
love it.
anywhere. Yeah,
You gotta love it, man. You gotta love it. You kind of seen the writing on the wall, man. He didn't really want to go anywhere. Now, I'm glad that's locked up, and I'm just looking forward to what we do the next few days to kind of solidify more of this core. Core is already locked up, but let's get a couple more, see what we can do. If not, at least one of the two that we really want
yeah.
and go from there heading into free agency, which starts Tuesday. So
Yeah, Zito said he has a plan B and C if that doesn't happen, but
yep.
he does expect my dog, of course, wants to get out the room. Give me 1 second. All right, he coming back in here. All right. No, so he has a plan B and C, but he does and is gonna try to at least have Ekblad and Marshawn locked up for another few years. The deal I heard for Marshawn, there was a talk about 4. I know he wanted 4. I heard it was 4 for 20. Now I'm hearing 3 years. Is that what you've heard as well, or
Yeah, about the same.
okay?
Um, I think you just give him 3, man. He's already 4 years is a lot
Yeah.
for somebody that's gonna be on the other side of 40.
Yeah.
By the time we get to the end of the deal, I mean, I say you lock him down for 3 with maybe an option or something for that third year.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think 315 is something that we could do with that. I do think if it's about keeping Ekblad, I think that Marshawn would take 3 years just to keep Ekblad going because for Bennett and a lot of the guys, I think for Bennett, I know I didn't really hear him say it, but what was speculated is that he wants to be a part of a dynasty. Because let me tell you,
Yeah,
man, I know it's nice to hear 10 million, 12 million, but at the end of the day, no one remembers what you made. No, if people remember how many rings you got, and how many times you held that cup up. So I think that's what Bennett really wants. He knew he was gonna get a decent deal from the Panthers, and I know that he likes living here. No state taxes either, as well. And so I knew he was gonna he was gonna make this deal. But the Ekblad thing is pretty intriguing because he really hasn't said much,
yeah.
about aside from I bleed for this organization. He's been here 11 years. You haven't really heard much from Ekblad. Like, what's the temperature that you feel is going on with Aaron? Do we get it done by tomorrow, or do you think that it's going to drag out past Tuesday? Because I'm hearing rumors about the Nashville Predators. I'm hearing rumors
Yeah.
about, of course, Toronto, who also wants
Yeah.
Marchand, by the way. I heard as well. I've heard even Detroit Red Wings might take a shot at Ekblad as well. So, what's your feeling about it?
I think if Zito don't get it done before free agency opens, then Eki might be gone. So, but he wants to be here. We know that. He did say. I don't know if you heard him say at the parade. He did say, he's not going to say the same thing Sam said because he's like his agent will be calling him and
Yeah,
telling him, and he said it about the leverage. Hey, you're losing leverage.
yeah,
So he's trying to keep as much leverage as he can. But I mean, if he wants to stay, he's gonna have to take a discount.
yeah.
Like it's got to be a hometown discount. I believe Zito can get it done though, man. He don't work some magic since he's been here, so I believe he can get it done. Plus, the guy wants to be here, so you can come up with a good number that works for both sides and get it done, man. And continue this ride that we're on because he was definitely an important part of that. You saw with
Yeah,
the 20, what he got 20 games he missed.
yeah,
We definitely was missing him on the back end. So
yeah. Who's your best defender? Like I've heard rumors, which I don't think is gonna happen. If we lose Ekblad, hold on, I've got comments here. Oh, look who it is, Lou. What's up, Lou?
Lou.
Lou and his wife Ashley were definitely in the heat of the parade, man. I saw the pics, man, over on X, dude. Lou, thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for the commentary.
For
Really,
sure.
yeah, I've heard Mitch Marchman from Toronto is someone that the Panthers may pursue if we can't sign Ekblad, but I really wouldn't want to replace your best defender with a forward. I think that you have Kachuk, you have Bennett as well, you have Barkey as well. So I don't think you need another forward. I think that what Ekblad brings to the table on the defensive side, you can't replace with another forward.
Yeah.
The forward. So I think they get it done. I think something happens. I would still sell Ekblad, unless of course like the Predators, Tennessee is a pretty nice state to live in as well. But I would sell Ekblad on the fact that listen, man, you can go play in the northern states, but you're gonna get dinged in taxes and property taxes and all these things where it's a little better to live down here. As far as real estate and as far as your salary goes and how much money you keep. So that's something I think I would work with Aaron Ekblad, as far as that goes, because he's a very
Also the team that we've built and like the way they are with each other. That
yeah.
was one thing Bennett said in his little press conference after he signed. He was like, the group chat was it was going hard, and the camaraderie that these players have with each other, like it's a family. So that's gonna be hard for him to walk away. And Bennett could have went and got 10, 12 million
Yeah.
somewhere else, easy. So I mean, if Ekblad really wants to be here, he'll sign. That's it.
Yeah. No, I totally and completely agree with you. However, we did lose one guy. We lost the backup goalie. Vanacek's gone.
Yeah.
All right. The Panthers acquired Daniil Tarasov in a trade with Columbus. What are your thoughts on that, man? As far as the acquisition, I think it's Sergei's job, man. It's Big Bob's job,
Oh
man.
yeah.
So, but I do think that we've had some stellar backup goalies in the day. So I do think that Daniil might be a great acquisition to the team. What are your thoughts?
Yeah. He was with when Bill Zito was with Columbus, he was there. So and he's a big strapping Russian, you know what I'm saying? Big dudes like 6'6", 250, something like that. 220, 230, what something like that. He big dude though. And he Russian, so him and Bob gonna be very familiar with each other. And then we also drafted a Russian goalie too. So,
Yeah.
but we'll get to the draft later. But yeah, man, I think it's good. The dude's only 26 years old, so very young in hockey standards, especially for a goalie. I think as long as he learns and grows from Bob, could be our next. Could be the stepping stone replacement for Bob when Bob finally goes.
I agree with you. Before we get into the draft, before we speak a little bit about the draft, um, who do you think is going to be a casualty of free agency? A lot of us have been talking about Evan Rodriguez possibly not coming back.
Yeah.
Do you feel that way? And if it's not Evan, do you think anybody else? Well, Evan, yes, but who else do you think might be a possibility that we may not see them in a Panthers uniform next season?
Yeah, so I'm not sure. Evan, just because his contract, it looks like most likely, unless they because you can't do anything with those contracts in hockey. So I think even if we trade him, we'll probably just get picks. But I don't know. It's gonna be at least one more person on the team, and then I just don't know if it's Boyquist or because I mean, and we just signed Boyquist too, so it's like, but we need money right now to go and grab the players that we really want. Not saying we don't want those two, but more important players for the team than Evan Rodriguez. I absolutely love him. I thought every time, he had some lulls in the season and in the playoffs, but for the most part, that dude produced every time he was on the floor. So you gotta love that. But yeah, I would say Boyquist will probably be like another one if we talking about cap casualties. So
Yeah. I was surprised Lasser Montour didn't get picked up. That was a shocker to me. I knew Lomberg was a long shot, to keep, but But Montour really did surprise me. So I mean, I would be.
He went and got the money. He went
Yeah,
and
he
took the
did.
money. That's what he did. So
Yeah. He could have been a backup. He could have been a
can't believe.
back-to-back champ though.
Yep. What are you gonna do, man?
I know, man. Look, at the end of
Secured
the day,
his family's future.
that's for sure. But like I told you, my friend, at the end of the day, a lot of people don't remember how much you made. They're gonna remember how many rings you got, and that's pretty much what at the end of the day it's about. It's about legacy. I mean, money's great, and obviously you secure your future for your
Yeah.
family. And hockey players don't get as much as the NFL players do, and basketball and even baseball in general. But man, dude, I mean, at the end of the day, dude, like everybody remembers those Oilers teams with Gretzky and Messier for a reason.
Yeah.
Because they won a lot, and they won multiple Standing Cup finals. So
And
that's and
and I
that
believe
solidifies you. Mhm.
I believe money will come with that too. Like
Yeah,
once you're a champion, there's people gonna want you to come to events. They'll pay you to come to
yeah,
events. They'll pay you for interviews. Like you'll get money.
yeah,
It's just you're not gonna get 8 million, I believe. But
yeah,
I mean, still, I don't know. If it wasn't all about the money, uh, Montour would have definitely still been here.
yeah.
But
Well,
hey,
that's like Brady. I mean, Brady took team discounts, but Brady was being sponsored by Tac Heuer, as well, which is a major watch corporation, and he had I forgot what else he was involved in as well. So yeah, he took the Patriot discount, but he made money on the back end as well through endorsements and other
oh
appearances that
yeah,
he made. So yeah, so I mean, so Montour could have done the same thing, but I think Bennett did the right thing. I think Ekblad that might be another factor. As Ekblad is considered the best defender on the team, Aaron could get a possibility of like, well, if I could get 7 here, but I can make that up, through endorsements, whatever vitamin water, Gatorade, whatever the NHL has as far as sponsorships go. So that's the one thing that I could possibly do, as a
yeah.
player.
You
So
know, you know what I thought was a little telling though, like too. What was it? Kachuk called Gustav Forsling the best defender in the league at the parade. So that might show you, what the team is thinking about Eki, but Ekblad was definitely. I mean, Forsling's up there too, a little younger, but
yeah, I didn't hear the speeches. I heard them, and like once the parade was over, I got my at least our side of the parade was done. I got my family out, so I didn't hear anything. The only thing I,
yeah,
I heard
a lot of F
was
bombs,
yeah, that's why I have.
a
That's why I
lot.
go to that's why I go to the rally. I don't want my 5-year-old hearing that. Uh,
Yeah,
but yeah, man. We walked out and then we went more to eat and so on. But I didn't hear that part. I only heard the. I'm surprised they didn't make the media because like the one thing that got clipped a lot was of course Maurice's shirt.
yeah, that did, yeah,
yeah,
that
that,
big
that got
headlines with that one.
yeah they got a lot of eyeballs. The Bennett, the Bennett, we can do whatever F we want. That was another one that got a lot of headlines as well. But I really didn't hear I didn't hear like a Chuck statement on Gustav Forsling.
Yeah, he said that right before he passed the mic, pretty much to
Okay,
Gustav.
to Gustav. Okay,
So, and he also repeated pretty much the same thing that Sam Bennett said. The
okay,
Conor McGregor quote:
okay.
"Double champ does what he wants."
Yeah, Ekblad. We'll get into that later on. Ekblad was at the Canes we're signing this
Yeah.
past week, so he was there. So that's that we'll see how that plays a role. Not that not that it's important, but I'm just saying like he went to an actual appearance led by the team.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that works. In general, so we'll see. Like I said, I don't want to
I
lose
think
him.
he comes back. I think he comes back.
Oh, me too. And he's only 29. I mean, he's 29 years old. He's got again a good 6 to 7 years of good hockey left in him
Yeah.
as well. Like I was telling, I told you, I think I told you, and I told a couple of friends of mine, this could be the Bulls, man, of hockey. Like this team
Mhm.
has a good chance to be the Chicago Bulls of the National Hockey League. So I mean, because they're young, they're feisty, they're strong, they got an edge to them. So I think that's a factor that could play a role, within the team
Definitely.
as well. A little bit of let's go a little bit over the draft. Like I said, not much. Not many of these players. It'll take them a while to play. Um,
Yeah.
at 7
That's
rounds,
hockey, baby.
yeah, at 7 rounds, about 20 is about an 18-20 man roster compared to the NFL, which is 55 man roster. So it's not anything that basically you could say, oh, I can't wait to see this guy. But um, a nice mix of North American and European players in the 4th round. The
Yeah.
Panthers pick up Mad Kingsblok Klayo, a left winger out of Denmark, played in the Swedish league. He is a defensive-minded left winger. Some pauses about him. You heard anything about this guy or
Nah, man.
nothing at
I
all?
only
Okay.
watched the highlights after they all got drafted. Watched some highlights on them. So
Thanks, $10. Appreciate it.
it's $10. Let's go.
I got Shea Bush, known as a physical presence as well. Round 4 is a forward. Picked him up
Yeah.
as well. Let's see.
Score.
Yeah, I heard that. Crashes the net. Shamar
Yeah.
Moses, right winger, impressive shooting ability. I heard this guy's got a rocket stick as far as slap shot
Yeah.
goes. As well, you have Arve Drott as well. Spend crash another one that crashes the net. Brendan Murphy, the 7th round defenseman. Then of course the guy we talked about is Yegor Midlok, who's considered a project as a goaltender. Another
Yeah.
Russian.
Another Russian. Boy, yeah. It
Three
seems like we
Russian
got players that kind of fit what we do. As far as what they were doing before and then what they're going to continue to do, where they're going to be at. A lot of them going to be playing in the MHL, the WHL. So some of them will be playing in college, I've heard. So it's going to be a good time. Be a while before we see those boys, though.
Yeah, so we got 3 Russian goalies.
Russian, yeah. I'm telling you.
Zito has a
Hey,
type.
Bob can. Hey, you know what he said though in his press conference? He said he doesn't pretty much make those decisions. It's the goalie department.
Really?
So he did say, I forgot the guy's name, but he's like, yeah, he has a type, I guess.
Okay.
So that's funny that you said that because
Yeah.
Bill Zito said the same thing. But yeah, man, hey, Bob, they look up to Bob like
Yeah.
he's the greatest ever. So learning from him, hey, you never know, man. Hopefully they, he can rub some of his magic off on them boys, and we can have some other goalies for the next 20 years.
Yeah. We've talked about this before. Florida's had really talented goaltenders,
Mhm.
between the pipes. So I mean, this has been even in down years. This franchise has had really talented goaltending, starting with Van Beesbrook, Luongo as well. Was a goaltender. So, and then you have, of course, Sergei Bobrovsky, who's a talented goaltender as well. So we've had some very talented goaltenders between the pipes. So I mean, I would be surprised if that generally continues. Adrian, man, that parade, brother. What are your thoughts,
Woo!
man?
So hot. That's my first thought. So hot, bro.
Yeah.
Oh man, I burnt up out there, even with sunscreen and everything, bro. Burnt up. And then it was a rough one. It was rough. My eyes got like suntan, like a sunburn, because my eyes were like super red when I left there. But other than that, it was great. It was a great way to celebrate. The speeches were pretty great. A little short, but they were great. It wasn't what it was last year, but it was straight to the point, and everybody enjoyed themselves, I believe.
Yeah. It was hot. I mean, we parked near each other. It was that walk, that schlep
Oh,
was
from sunrise all
yeah,
the way up.
it was a schlep, man. My 5-year-old and my wife too. I gotta give it to man. They were champs, man, because they gutted it.
Yeah.
They gutted it out, and so on. But it's funny. We got there. My son's like, "I want to go home."
Yo.
No.
I thought my 6-year-old would be complaining. My
Yeah.
13-year-old was complaining. My
Really?
daughter, she was like, it's too much.
Yeah.
My son was fine. He was a soldier, man. All the way there, didn't say anything. We got there. I mean, he loves the beach anyway, so he was having fun.
Yeah. He got over it once we put him up more to the front, but he was tired. And so we got him water, we cooled him off, and after that he was fine.
Yeah.
And he started yelling, "Panthers, Panthers," and stuff like that as well. So it was a fun time. They shot water at him, one of those like caravans that came through. They shot water at him. We were pointing at my son to shoot water at him. They shot water at him. It was a good time.
Did you hear where that water was from and those water guns?
No, what was it from?
It's from the ice, from the championship ice.
Oh, I didn't know that.
they put it all in water guns and yeah, they were spraying it on everybody at the crowd.
Oh, that was awesome.
Wild
Yeah.
story, right?
No, I didn't know that. Well, my son
Yeah.
got drenched. Drenched.
And
Speaking of wild
championship
stories,
ice.
speaking of wild stories, you were on with Bobby. Let's get Lou in here for a minute.
He just said it, yeah.
Players,
He just
fans on
said
water
it.
guns. Yeah, Lou, yeah. Rainey was explaining it. Yeah, so you were on. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Guys, subscribe, man. 305 Sports, babe. You know, SoFlo Sports, man. You know, they even do travel
sure.
as well. Yeah, they even do travel
yeah.
as well. So, all right.
That's like the biggest thing they do.
Yeah, man. So if you
That's
want to
like
book
the biggest
yourself
thing they do.
at any stadium, or even go with them on tour. Literally not with them, but you know, if you want to go to Madrid and stuff like that, they're your go-tos. All right, both Ashley and
great
Lou
great people too.
definitely are,
Great
man.
people.
Definitely. All right. Well, you were on with Bobby for the NBA draft, and then when you left, my buddy Q came on. I'm going to be on Q's show this upcoming Tuesday. We're doing a mid-morning shift on college football. He brought up. I don't know how he found this out, and that sometimes I feel he has too much time in the firehouse because I don't know how he found this out. But apparently, the Edmonton Oilers, after their win in Game 4, they got a little cocky, and they booked at the Conrad Hotel like a sushi bar or the sushi restaurant to celebrate in Sunrise.
I heard.
Game 6, and so on. And someone, of course, leaked it to the team, and the Panthers got wind of it. And from what I'm mistaken, I think during the parade they were eating the sushi from from that hotel, you know, on the way to the stage or before or after, something like that. You know, that was wild, man.
Wow, I did not know
That was
that.
wild.
I did not know that. I heard about them booking that though.
Yeah.
And then, but I didn't know they were eating it on the way.
Something like that. I'll have Q re-explain it on Tuesday when I'm on a show.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
he said, "I'm like, how do you find that out, dude?" And he was like, "Yeah, you know, they booked the same place. They booked the sushi, or they ate it on the way over there, or they booked it that night. I don't know, some crazy. If he's on and listening, I hope he can he can attest to it. But I thought that was a crazy story. Yeah, talk about. Let me tell you, man. I think what the Miami Hurricanes were in the 1980s with Jerome Brown. You know, yes, they put it on board. Yeah. So Lou put on board. Yeah, he did. That's why, they booked it. I think with the Miami Hurricanes of the 80s with Jerome Brown and Michael Irvin and Vinny Testaverde, I think what they were to college football, these Florida Panthers are to hockey because they are like the ultimate bad boys and trolls, you know, for the NHL. Like,
love it.
Yeah, they are absolutely the ultimate trolls, man. Absolute ultimate trolls, man. It is unbelievable what they did. So going back to parade a little bit. Well, we just did the parade. We didn't do the rally. And then we had to stop for 15 minutes because my wife and son got really exhausted from the heat, you know, as well. It was 88 degrees, probably felt like 95 as well. The humidity clocked at 72%.
Oh, bro, it was so hot.
Yeah,
we were on the beach, man, and if you were walking barefoot out there, you were pretty brave because that sand was probably. I mean, I'm talking about. I don't know. I stepped on it one time. I went without my sandals, and I swear I felt it the next day. So I ain't. Oh man, it was brutal, bro. It was, but it was worth it. As long as I had a cooler full of waters, ice, everything. So as long as you had that, you were good. But yeah, I believe you when they needed to take a break, man. It was real hot. I got my son so we were by the media stage with like Channel 12 and all them, and I had him sit under the stage. It was a bunch of people doing it, but I had him sit under like in the shade for a little bit, man, because he, I'm like, yeah, just get out. He didn't want to, but I'm like, yo, get out the sun, man, for a little bit, because it was brutal.
Yeah. So we were talking next year. What we may do is we may rent a hotel.
Yep.
Alongside
That's
Los
a smart
Olas.
thing.
Yeah, win or not. And if anything, we cancel. If anything, we just walk to the parade. You know, we'll probably do that either beachside or close to the beach. We'll just rent a hotel and we'll stay there and make a weekend out of it.
Yeah.
Because that was pretty rough. It was very busy, man. My boy. last night in the rain, this year in the sun. Yeah,
Yeah. Yes.
let's
Yes,
do it in the
man.
evening. An evening
Definitely.
parade.
They were by a hotel, I believe, during the parade. But
Yeah,
yeah, the hotel is the way to go though. That's
yeah,
the way to go. Maybe book that a couple months in advance.
yeah,
So you're good. And but yeah, man.
yeah. The week
Definitely
after
do that
Father's Day.
because whew, yep, there you go.
The week after Father's Day, they go do that because they'll do the parades on a Sunday, in general.
Hmm.
So, well, last year there was 350,000 people. This past year there was 450,000, probably a little more. I think there's about five.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Um,
think so.
Now, one of the things that I've been reading online and seeing online, and it's to the point. Listen, man, I'll be very honest with you, and I'll get your points, and I'm gonna slash. I'm gonna go a little hard on the Canadian fans a little bit. I will give Canada's due. They created a sport that is their bloodline for sport. Okay, it's
Yeah.
hockey, then football's down here, and baseball's way down here, and
In
basketball's way down
Canada.
here. I don't care what they say about the
And Canada.
Raptors. Yeah, it is what it is. Okay, that is their
Yeah.
lifeblood,
Yep.
as far as it goes. So I honestly felt a little bad, for the fact that they haven't won one in 30 plus years. I respect. I'm a sports junkie. I'm a sports historian. I respect what the Canadians did, like what the Yankees did before, for a long period of time. But man, they have been so whiny. They have been so
Obnoxious.
obnoxious and deplorable these last couple of weeks that it's to the point that the national guys, on whether it's podcasters in general or hockey guys, have really been like, bro, you guys really gotta get yourselves together. Like I was watching this and I posted as a story on IG. This guy basically said, "You guys sound like whiners," and I put "well said" on
Yeah,
the top, and "you guys sound like whiners."
I
And I
saw that.
read the comments of these knuckleheads. But mind you, he's bashing the fan base of Canada, and you get this one guy, or a couple guys that say, "Oh, have fun with your 14 fans." Oh, our Edmonton would have been 1 million people. So before I go and sound like I'm cutting a
He's
WWE
he's
promo,
probably right. He's probably right though. He's probably right about the
and,
million people.
and I'll get into that because I'm gonna add more
Yeah.
context to it. Okay.
Okay.
But Adrian, I want you to give your take. I want you to give your take, and then I'm gonna give mine. Uh,
All right.
you ready, sir? So I'll let you go
I feel
first.
like I feel like you got something cooking over there, so I'm gonna make this pretty short, pretty sweet. All right. Canada, yes, this is y'all sport. We get it. But it's our league. That's it. It's our league. You guys haven't won a cup in over 30 years. So guess what? It's not your league anymore. This is our league. Yes, there's Canadian players on Florida teams. Who cares? The Florida Panthers have won back-to-back Stanley Cups, and y'all can't keep our names out y'all mouth. So guess what? We're gonna keep on winning cups while you guys keep crying about the number of fans we have in our parades.
Adrian, that's very well said. But I'm gonna let everyone in Canada know there's a reason why I hashtagged Edmonton Oilers. Oh, Lou, if you thought Adrian was big, once you hear this one, I hashtag because I want everyone in Canada to hear and understand exactly what I'm about to say. Like I told Aid, I respect what you guys have done in the creation and the molding and the evolution of the sport. I respect what the Montreal Canadiens did. I just talked to Adrian before the show started how great those Edmonton Oilers with Wayne Gretzky and Mark Messier were as well. I respect the hell out of Patrick Waugh, who was, by the way, the last goalie to win a Stanley Cup for a Canadian team. As a matter of fact, I put the Canadians on par with the New York Yankees. But I want to tell you something, and I want you to understand one thing, because I want you to get it through your freaking heads, and I want you guys to look in the mirror and evaluate how much of a dumbass you guys are being. So I want you guys to hear this out, okay? And Adrian knows I rarely use that kind of language on my show, but I want you guys to understand, okay? So you're right. Adrian said it. He gave you a freebie. You probably would have 1 million people, okay, in Edmonton cheering on that parade. That's perfectly fine. You haven't won one in 30 plus years. But I want you to understand one thing. There was 450,000 people outside in the beach, okay, on the sidewalk in that hot concrete in Fort Lauderdale this past last Sunday. 450,000 people. But I can tell you this, over there in Canada, Edmonton, it doesn't get as hot up there in the Great North, like you guys like to call it, like it does down here. It was 92 degrees, 72% humidity. Absolutely felt like 100. Literally, it was like me and my wife, my son, walked about 3 miles just to get to that parade. 3 miles in that sweltering. I took a shower in my own sweat. Okay, a lot of people took a shower in their own sweat. Okay, but hear me out. 450,000 people on the beach as well. You said a million? You said a million, right? 500,000 people in the sweltering sun. In the sweltering sun, in that heat. Some of them even drunk. By the way, beer dehydrates you. Drunk. And still was out there. So I want you guys to look in the mirror. While you're wearing your Draisaitl jersey, your McDavid jersey, your Skinner jersey, your Kane jersey. By the way, Canuck now because he's gone. Your Kane jersey, all right, as well, and realize that as great and as wonderful as Canadian hockey is, as history goes, you've got your ass kicked by South Florida teams for the last 6 years. Because let me tell you something, Adrian, you may disagree with me, you may not. We don't like the Lightning down here in South Florida, and they don't like us. But we respect each other. Because when I was in Kansas City, I met people from Central Florida, and they were like, "Oh yeah, cool guys, but there was respect there. Because you know what? Because they both know what each team is capable of, and Tampa understands now. It's Florida's time. They had to get through them first, all right? And the Panthers worked it. They worked it, and they got there. So look in the mirror and realize that it's about you. You need to get it together because as long as it continues, as long as this time goes, all right, as long as time goes, as long as Maurice, Tkachuk, Bennett, okay, are there, Reinhart, Verhaeghe, as long as they're wearing those sweaters, you will never see that damn cup in your nation ever. And I mean ever again. Ever. So keep complaining. The 14 fans, but by the way, those 14 fans, those 14 almost got heat exhaustion watching that team raise that cup. That's not fair weather, bro. And if you want to give your money to crap, go right ahead. We don't do that. You got to prove it on the ice. You got to prove it on the court. You got to prove it on the field. And that's exactly what these teams have done. That's exactly what these Panther teams have done. And guess what? We're not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere. Nope. So you can take your little opinions and the glory you are and just kiss my ass because at the end of the day, you're not taking that cup. All right? Not taking that cup. So get ready because we're going to run. We're going to run. And 6 years, guys, 6 years the Stanley Cup has gone through Florida. 6 years. It must irk you that a team that in a subtropical climate with barely any ice to even skate on, okay, in arenas is whooping your ass. So take it.
It burns hotter than the Florida sun.
Take it. Yeah, we got 14 fans out there. But how many cups do you have? 30s? 0.
Oh, man. Well said. Well, that's what I'm talking about. Yes, sir. I love it. Man, y'all got Will over here at this hype. Let's go, man.
I'm tired of them, man. I'm tired of them.
I'm telling you. Yeah, they know
Thank you.
Bro, they know they ain't winning no cup no time soon, bro. They don't have any teams as good as ours.
No, they don't. They don't. The one team that I thought was good enough to beat us, they broke up, and that's the Maple Leafs. The Maple Leafs really challenged Florida. That was the team that I will say, they really challenged. They were up 2-0, and they had a 2-goal lead, if I'm not mistaken, in Game 3. And then, of course, the Panthers caught up, and the rest is history. Some may say that because of Bennett knocking out Skolars, kind of may have flipped. But then again, the bottom line is, we got to Game 7. You could have won on your home ice if you didn't do it. So that's
with Stolars, bro. Stolars was our goalie last year, man. So we got a tell on him, bro. You telling me we want to beat Stolars? Come on.
Yeah. No, I agree with you, but I'm just saying that's the one team that really did challenge the Panthers. I mean, that's they really challenged us because I'm sorry, Tampa, their run is over. Carolina was no match. Like you could tell who was a better team on the ice. Like they were no match. So I think Toronto, with the way they play defense, with how they emphasize blocking and protecting their goaltenders and capitalizing on mistakes. You know, as what we talked about it. You know, with Nylander and Matthew Nye scoring on us a couple times. I think they really did it. But Edmonton, let me tell you, man, about Edmonton. Edmonton last year, even the 3 games that they came back on us, they had to work. You know, they had to really work. And this past year,
except for that one whooping. That one.
Yeah, 1 I remember. Yeah, that one I remember.
That was bad.
That was game 4. That was game 4.
But this year was domination, bro. Domination.
Yeah, we should have never lost game 4.
Exactly.
Should have never lost game 4
or game 1.
Or game 1. Yeah, we had a lead in that one too.
This one should have been a sweep, but whatever. They got their 2 games. It's all good. And now they just crying, bro. They just sore losers, bro. We get it. Y'all pissed off. Last year y'all was sad. This year y'all pissed off. We get it. We get it. I get it. It sucks to lose. Yeah. But yeah, man, you gotta take it with grace and just know that it doesn't run through Canada anymore. It hasn't for over 30 years. So let it go, man.
Biz, that's Biz's worst nightmare. He hates Marchand.
Biz is trying to manifest that for real.
Marchand's not going to Toronto
for a couple weeks.
That's Biz's dream, man. I like Biz, man. I know they crapped on him a little bit because of his comments, but I like Biz. I think he brings humor to the panel. You know, so he's to me, he's the Barkley of the TNT broadcast. You know,
I remember he's that dude. Definitely.
Yeah, so I like Biz. You know, I like Biz. It's like we hated Barkley when we had the big 3 because Barkley crapped on us. You know, because we were really we weren't even the first to really do it. I would say Boston really, you know, kind of started that mold with Pierce, Ray Allen, and Garnett. But I know that with Barkley, we hated him. But Biz doesn't bother me. I find him kind of humorous, to be frank with you.
Same.
That's just my take. So I had to get that off my chest. I knew it was a perfect day.
It's beautiful.
Perfect day to get off my chest, and especially this is our last show till the preseason.
Yeah.
So I wanted to announce that as well. So yeah, man. So Adrian, it's been wonderful co-hosting with you. It's been a blast over there as well. Anything else you want to say about the team before we start plugging our stuff?
I just hope we get the deals done this week, well, the next coming days, and further lock up this core more. And but if we don't, I know Bill Zito will replace these guys with, another group of great guys that will come in ready to compete and ready to play Florida Panthers hockey. So all good, man. And yeah, great season. I know we only did a handful of episodes maybe, but hey, man, I'm looking forward to next season being back with you and covering this team, man, because we already know it's gonna be worthwhile for sure. They prove it every year, at least the last 3 in a row. So let's go, man. I appreciate you, Will, for even, considering me, and also Bobby, man, for even letting me, join this. So it's awesome, man. And let's just keep it going, baby. Let's have a great off season and an even better season next year. That's it.
I agree with you, sir. And it's been a wonderful working with you, having you on my pod as well. It's been great meeting you as well. I look forward to next season as well. I think Florida Cats and Dirty Rats is really going to blow up as well for both networks, for 305 Sports Now and also for FTSN as well, which
yes, sir.
We work our butts off to make sure this is still going. And Adrian, thank you so much again for joining. I will have you back on 305 Sports Now as far. We'll do some Canes content together if you want. We'll do some Dolphin talk as well, and some Heat talk as well, because we have similar formats to our show. So I think we kind of cross blend our teams. For me, I hope it's a great offseason. Like I said, Zito has we have another comment here. Thank you. Oh, hold on. It's from Lou.
Appreciate you, Lou.
Appreciate you. Yeah, man. So I really hope you have a great offseason. Like I said, Zito has a plan B and C if we can get all 3 together. Again, I do see Ekblad staying. I don't see him going anywhere else outside of Florida. So that's it. Anything you want to plug, Adrian, before we sign off?
No, man, just Rainy Day Pod. Check me out, bro. I'll have some stuff this week. And I did a show with the Dive Bar Boys on Thursday night. Go check that one out. That was hilarious. Them guys are so much fun to talk Dolphin
check that episode out.
With. They are a fun group of guys for sure. But and then yeah, man, the wrestling content also. But yeah, at Rainy Day on YouTube and all socials.
All right, for me, I'll be on with Q on. We haven't have a set of time yet, but it'll be midday on Tuesday. We'll be going over some college football, some Canes talk. I believe it's gonna be myself and Russ Morgan. I think it'll be on Finn's FTSN Extra as well.
Nice.
Sorry, the name of the show escapes me. I think it's college football something, but it will be on. So look out for that. I will have an episode in between. I'm deciding whether to do a collaborative story between Cooper and Russell, or whether to go or dive into a little bit more the situation between Miami and Wisconsin. To see that how that thing. So that, but on Saturday, July 5th, I will be covering the announcement of Calvin Russell with Q. We'll be going live on 305 Live, 305 Sports Now, my 305 Live show, and see where he decides between his recruitment's all over the place, man. It's tough to pinpoint. Before it was Miami versus Syracuse. Now you have LSU in the game. I just read an article that Michigan thinks that that they're gonna get him as well. I haven't heard anyone even mention Michigan at all, except for Michigan themselves. So we'll see how that goes. But I have to admit though, he's a good job of keeping his interest kind of on the down low as far as where he's tied to. So to say the least. You got a prediction about Calvin Russell, Agent, before we go? Or fails, bro.
Come on, man. Was I supposed to pick anybody else?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Let's go.
All right, ladies and gents, before we sign off, I do want to give a word from our sponsor, which is Fan Outfitters. And for everybody, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to 305 Sports Now, Renegade Pod, and also the FTSN Network. Have a good one, guys. God bless. See ya. Ooh, Miami. I am proud to announce that Fan Outfitters is the official sponsor of 305 Sports Now. With locations in Pembroke Pines, Davie, and Kendall, you can find the latest gear and accessories for all your favorite South Florida teams. Teams like your Miami Hurricanes, your Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers, Miami Dolphins, Miami Heat, Inter Miami, Miami Marlins, and many, many more. So if you ever find yourself in the Pembroke Pines area, Davie, or Kendall, please stop by Fan Outfitters, the official sponsor of 305 Sports Now.